The coronavirus death toll has now risen to 1,367 with 254 new deaths. This as China's Hubei province, which is the epicenter of the outbreak, has recorded its highest number of coronavirus deaths in a day. The province's top political leader was sacked as the distressing tally was made public. China has also moved the officials of Macau and Hong Kong. Over 240 people died of the infection on Wednesday. Not just that, the province also recorded the highest number of confirmed cases. Over 14,840 new cases emerged as China revised the diagnosis method. The grim data came a day after China had recorded its lowest number of coronavirus cases in 2 weeks. The previous record rise in the death toll was 103 on the 10th of February. However, it was not immediately clear how the new method affected the results, nor why the death toll rose so sharply. In a statement, the Hubei Health Commission said it included cases that were clinically diagnosed in its official data. Authorities have been saying that the change would mean patients could get treatment as early as possible and be consistent with the classification used in other provinces. The data from now will include both the people with symptoms as well as those who have clinically been diagnosed. This means that those having a CT scan showing an infected lung will be included in the official figures. The diagnosis will not entirely rely on standard nucleic acid tests. Results from Chinese trials testing a combination of antiviral drugs used to treat HIV against the new coronavirus are due in weeks, but experts say a vaccine could still be months away. Meanwhile, China has deployed over 350 medical workers units to the Hubei province. Apart from the civilian health workers, a first batch of 2,600 additional army medics arrived in Hubei's capital. This is the third batch of military medical staff being sent to Wuhan, bringing the total number of those to 4,000. Meanwhile, the China Health Commission briefed the media on the latest.
Now, I'd like to focus my comment on the expansion of manufacturing capacities. In the past few days, we've carried out the following efforts. We organized enterprises to restart business. We've implemented the State Council's guidance on organizing the recovery of work by major manufacturers to ensure medical supplies. On the 1st of February, NDRC collaborated with the Ministry of Industry and Information Technology and issued an order to localities to organize manufacturers to expand capacity. At the same time, they need to ensure the safety running of enterprises.
WHO has warned that any apparent slowdown in the coronavirus outbreak must be viewed with extreme caution. The global health body said that while the number of COVID-19 cases in China has now stabilized, the disease continues to spread to new countries.
Definitely see that the behaviour of the virus outside Wuhan, Hubei, in the rest of China, and outside China doesn't appear at this point to be as aggressive or as accelerated, and that's a good sign. And that gives us an opportunity to prepare and to react, and still gives us the opportunity for containment and potential interruption of transmission of the virus. But that's no guarantee. It's not a guarantee. But we must continue to try to stop the virus while preparing countries for the arrival of the virus.
The WHO also warned that there is a greater risk of the virus spreading to countries with weak health systems.
The number of newly confirmed cases reported from China has stabilized over the past week. But that must be interpreted with extreme caution. This outbreak could still go in any direction. Our greatest fear remains the damage this coronavirus could do in a country like DRC. Even as the flames of one outbreak begin to die down, we're fighting another fire front.
In the last 24 hours, the number of deaths and confirmed cases has seen a sharp spike. As a result, China has now sacked the highest-ranking official so far. According to China's official Xinhua news agency, Hubei's party secretary Jiang Zhouling has been shown the door. He has been replaced now by Shanghai's mayor Ying Yong. In fact, Jiang was the face of the Chinese administration, who was seen to be combating the coronavirus outbreak in the initial days.
各部委大力支持参加今天的新闻发布会，我的心情很沉重。去年12月底以来，我省发生了新型冠状病毒感染的肺炎疫情，给人民的群众生命安全和身体健康造成了重大伤害。我们向在这次疫情中失去生命的同胞表示深切的哀悼。
Jiang Zhouling was elevated to the post of party secretary of the Hubei province in 2016. In 2017, he was also named as the chairman of the Hubei Provincial People's Congress Standing Committee. From 2014 to 2016, he served as the governor of Jilin province. Prior to this, from 2011 to 2014, he was also the chairman and party chief of the Agricultural Bank of China. Jiang's sacking comes in the wake of rising public anger over reports of widespread mismanagement of the entire situation. Another high-ranking official who lost his job is the party secretary of Wuhan, Ma Golong, who has now been replaced by Wang Zonglin. Right from the start, China has been accused of suppressing the entire extent of the outbreak. The Chinese president was also criticized for not being visible during China's worst crisis in over a decade. It was just last month that the Chinese state broadcaster CGTN also released a 42-second video clip of Xi Jinping walking around with a face mask, meeting medical staff workers at several locations. Several senior officials were removed from their posts after Xi Jinping had swung into action. Staff on the ground accused of mishandling the entire situation. Many within China have questioned why the administration did not act when the very first warning signs had emerged.